Welcome back to the channel. This is Johnny here with Pilot's Garage. So tonight on this video we are going to put the front facing intake on, and as you can tell I've already put it on, so I've already done a little bit of modifications to get it on, which I'll put a little minute or two clips in after this. I did them on my phone. But some of the Ford guys are going to hate me on this one, but I did what I had to do. But anyways, so tonight I'm going to show you, we're going to go through that real quick. And then I got my top mount exhaust manifold, which we're going to unbox it here in a minute and see how that goes. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Try to get that done, and we'll go from there. Alright, working on the SR20 in the Ford Maverick. Here's the problem I got. You can see the magic marker I have here. You see how far back it is. It's probably another, I don't know, half inch, whatever. You try to put the intake on it. That's how close you are. So I gotta notch that chunk out in order to get that thing to sit down in where it belongs. So behind that, there's nothing structural. I have to show you inside there. So up in here, it's kind of hard to see. There's nothing really structural in that end of the strut tower. So as long as I just notch that little bit, out, we should be good. Alright, I'm going to get the notching. Bear with me. Alright, so there it is. It's in. That's sitting flush there. There's the hole I cut to accommodate it. All I have left to do is notch this little bit out right here, so I can get the plate in here for the throttle linkage. It'll come through here and then connect to the throttle body. That will be out here. All right, I got to notch a little bit more in here, and with this thing being the way it is, it only comes out one way. You got to pick the back out, spin it up. If I wanted to get it going the other way, I have to notch this just a little bit more, but I don't have much more to play with in here. Yep. So there it is. It's cut out, so what I'll do is I'll take a piece of sheet metal and I'll lay it in here and then come up. And then once I get the turbo manifold for this side, then I'll have to figure out what needs to happen over here. But cool, hang in there. Okay. So, this is my top mount manifold for the turbo. I'm not allowed to have real utility knives, so this is a safety one. It won't stay out. This is the only one I can actually find. So, this is what we got. Oh, I don't even know where you can order this thing from. It came from Parts Go Go on eBay. Alright, so we have cheapo gaskets. We have studs, washers, and the nuts for the block. And this little guy. So it's got like oil on it or something. Yeah, that's what it is. So it's called a top mount turbo manifold. So this end bolts onto the car like so, which it'll be like toward me, I guess. And then the turbo bolts on top of here. This is for your external wastegate, which my current turbo has an internal wastegate, which I think I showed you in one of my other videos. But this is it's compact, which is what I need. This may be an issue with the strut tire in the car, but from the looks of it, it is TIG welded. It looks like. I don't see any. I mean, I ordered it off eBay, so I'm not expecting a whole lot, but I mean, all in all, it doesn't look too terribly bad. And they spent a little bit of, somebody put a little bit of effort into it. Okay, so we're going to get the factory exhaust manifold off now and test with this. So if you look also before that, you see this is where the turbo goes, and there's 2 holes here and 2 holes here. So this is for the T3 flange and for the T4 flange. So depending, it'll accept either a T3 turbo or a T4 turbo, depending how big you want to go. But all right, I'll clean this up real quick and then unbolt the exhaust manifold. Alright, so this right here is the turbo manifold that belongs in this car. Normally the turbo sits down here where my hand's at. Well, you can't see it, it's down here. It hangs from the bottom of it. That's the way the factory is. But this, get the last bolt out. So this bolts onto the engine like this, and as you see right here, the turbo bolts on here and hangs off the bottom of it. There's always a gasket on here, which maybe there's those ones. You always want to replace this. This thing is like snug. Ah, see, there was an exhaust leak. I'll show you. I'll take it out here. Okay. So this thing usually just comes right off. And as you can see, like this surface here, and you can see where I was sitting, where it's supposed to. But you look right here, this piece right here actually come off my hand. There was an exhaust leak there, which means this wasn't bolted down completely. This is actually a factory gasket. All right, so this is the first time test fitting this, so here goes nothing. Piece should drop down in here. Look at that. So now that puts the turbo right here. And like I said before, this is going to be the issue. You can't see it. This is where that wastegate is. There's only very narrow. But I don't know if I can do this with. Oh, hold on. Let me grab my other turbo back here. This won't bolt on here, but see, it's not clocked. Not clocked correctly, but the turbo sits down. It will sit down in a hole, but I'm hitting this right now, so I'll have to get the turbo with the little 90 on it. But it's in there. I don't know what I'll have to do to the strut tire to get that to fit right, but we'll cross that bridge once you get the turbo in. Alright. So that's the turbo side. This is the intake side. Which, see how close it is in here. I'm gonna turn my screen so I can see what I'm looking at. So here's the problem with this, is I still don't have enough room. I have to unhook the back, spin it up, and then it allows me to take it off. But I had to cut the strut tire. That's what I said. The Ford guys are gonna hate me for this, but so what I'll do now is I'll straighten this up back a little bit more closer to this bracket, and I'll cut it down another 1/4 inch or so, and then I'll put a flat piece down and a flat piece out and box this in and weld it, so that way I can put this on without having to do the finagling. But yeah, it's slowly getting there. I have to get some gaskets yet. I have to I had to get gaskets for it. I need to get the rear main seal in it, get the starter put back in it, do a handful of wiring, and then I want to try to, not start it, I just want to try to see if I can turn the engine over with the car's wiring. Like, I actually want to use the key if possible to start the car. But we'll cross that bridge. This is all I have for the car wiring, so I don't think it's going to be hard to figure it out. There's 4 wires here, so. Alright, so short episode tonight. I'm going to do some more odds and ends here and then wrap it up for the night. And stay tuned and see you guys next time. Alright, so quick tech tip, or not tech tip, quick. Alright, so just a real quick drop a little bit of knowledge on you guys. So this is the front facing intake that I bought for the SR. This is the factory assembly here. This actually slides on top of here. As you can see, this thing is a beast compared to this beautiful little thing. The reason I went with this is I'll explain to you real quick. So this is the air chamber, this little big tube. The air chamber on this is this little guy, and as you can see, this one is significantly bigger than this chamber. So this allows more air to come into it faster, as it has bigger volume. The other thing is, if you look, the distance between this and this flat piece over here is what, 2.5 inches, and between this and this flat piece, you got to go through here, up through these tubes, and then into here. So you go from that much. So you basically, this is double the length than this thing is. So this will have faster throttle response because of the shortened distance between the throttle body, which is this, and the combustion chamber. Also, it has this flange right here is this throttle body. As you can see, it's kicked this way. So this would actually bolt on the car just like that in comparison to this one. And as you can see, this one kicks up, this one kicks over. So in the car, I don't know if you notice it or not, but when you have this thing on, it comes straight out, then it'll actually kick toward the battery tray. This would actually come basically straight into where like the radiator is, and it kicks up a little bit. So in order for me to get this pipe where it needs to be, it would actually, this one actually went up, straight forward, and then across. This one will actually go, it'll go straight out the corner of the fender well. But just a real quick, just wanted to drop some info on you on why I want this route than this route. Thank you for watching, and happy Thanksgiving. Ah!